the idea of nationalism, it's a brand new concept. It's a type of asabiya, which is the Arabic word for groupism, which is the West thought was a more enlightened asabiya. If they say, let's just pick language as the main criteria for how we're going to divide the world. And of course, the problem is that the world is not that clean cut, because there's always minorities. There's people intermixing with each other. People live intermixed with each other all the time. So wherever you draw the border, guaranteed there are minorities in that state, and guaranteed at some point those minorities are going to be discriminated against, because people always have a preference for their own ethno-linguistic group, or their own group, of any kind of group, whether it's a tribe, whether it's family, whether it's whatever. Everyone has a tendency or preference. People often say religion causes most of the wars today, or religion is a cause of war. They keep going on about it. I say, tell me how many wars, and when was these wars caused by religion? Tell me how long ago was it, and how many of them were. Right? You can count them on your hand within the last 400 years, yeah, and you have to go back 400 years, right, for a war that was based on religion. Very rare, in fact, very rare. How many wars are based on nationalism? You have to bring out a couple notebooks up and write long lists, because the greatest number of people have died in the world today in wars is because of nationalism, for colors of flags which are usually arbitrary. Many of them invented, many of them brand new. And of course the Muslim world is rife with this. One of the examples which illustrates it the best is just how Arabs are divided. So you had people that living in Al-Sham. Now in Arabic parlance, the watan is a land. It refers to a physical geographical location, watan. Al-Sham is a watan, but one land, as in one geographical unit. But it's divided into Lebanon, into Syria, into Jordan, and into Palestine before Palestine was usurped further. The idea of these countries are arbitrary because people who are Shami Arabs roughly will have similar cultures to each other, or pretty much the same, and accents slightly different, but not so different compared to Iraqis or those from Masr, right? Those from Egypt. But yet, since the colonialism came and new flags and new boundaries, many of these boundaries were put between families, so families were kept apart because a new boundary was put between them. Suddenly, they're two different nations now. Right? It's completely arbitrary. But see how Muslims adopted it, these flags, adopted these identities, and now they have kibr on these, they have pride in these identities, and asabiya, they have groupism. Right? Even though Muslims are meant to be one family.